These bones were not discovered in New York City. No, 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 no. They did not find these bones in Toronto, Canada. No, 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 no. They didn't even find these bones in Jamaica, you see me? No, 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 no. Habla español in Mexico? No, 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 no. They found these bones not only in Africa, they found it in Ethiopia. This is Ethiopia here. You see this country called Ethiopia? Hey, that's the most important country in Africa. Why? You ask me why? Did you ask why? I thought I heard somebody say why. I'm not sure. But Ethiopia, again, is where civilization began. Civilization, you said that word already. We just showed you where the oldest bones of a person could be found. Ethiopia. But Ethiopia has everything. That is where you got the first language. You see, we're speaking here. The first language to be spoken, Ethiopia. The first alphabet, Ethiopia. The first song and dance, Ethiopia. In fact, let us speak about this great river. I hope you're seeing this. This is the great river Nile. Now, before it was called the river Nile, it had another name.
It's called Happy.
Happy. Happy, happy, happy. Are you happy? You should always be happy because happy is the name of the river Nile. Do you know that the river Nile is the longest river on the planet Earth?
It's about 4,200 miles long.
4,000. Tell them again. I don't think they heard it.
4,200 miles long.
The river Nile is 4,200 miles long. And do you know it's two rivers that meet? Look at it here.
Blue Nile that runs from Ethiopia.
The Blue Nile comes out of Ethiopia. I don't like the bet, but I bet you can't tell me where the White Nile comes out of. Wrong. The White Nile comes out of, listen to this. What's the name of that lake? They call it Lake Victoria.
The real name is Lake Nyanza.
Lake Nyanza. But Lake Nyanza is called Lake Victoria, but there are three countries that share that lake. So it's not one country. It's Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Yes, so those three countries share that lake. That's a beautiful picture of the River Nile. This is the longest river on the planet. It's very long, long, long. It goes to Ethiopia. It goes to Uganda. It goes to Sudan. It goes to modern day Egypt. Look at that. Have you ever heard of the pyramids? You see the great pyramids here? The pyramids were built along the bank of the great River Nile. So it's important for us to respect this River Nile because this is where all of our ancestors, our first mothers and fathers came from, the River Nile. We're not just guessing. We just showed you the bones of who? Bones of who? Frederica? No, nope, 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 nope. Lucy the Ignish. And that's just her bones. She had a sister and a brother and a mother and a father and children, and all of them came from Ethiopia. That's the River Nile. See the river flowing alongside the river, the pyramids. These are the great pyramids. These are the greatest structures that have ever been built. The pyramids of Giza, and this is the great Sphinx. It's a lion with a human's head, but the Sphinx is a European word. Do you know the real name of the so-called Sphinx? Anyone can tell me? Let me see if anyone in the chat can show me. Well, I mean, especially our students, because we have can anyone tell me? Injera. Oh, injera. Well, no, but somebody's talking about injera. That's an Ethiopian food, you know? Yes, injera. But anyway, what was the question we asked? Her Emaket. Her Emaket. Her Emaket. That is the name of the great Sphinx also known as Her Emaket, but Sphinx is really a European word, you know, but the real name is Her Emaket. Okay, so yeah, so we are in Egypt now. Let's spend a little time in Egypt. Let me, you know, bring you up to speed so you can understand where we are. Now, you see, in Africa, this is the importance of knowing your African history, children. You see, if you don't know this, people would run around you and fool you off and make you think all sorts of things. But do you know, we were the first people to have a concept of the creator? Oh, yeah. Before people were writing Bibles and Qurans, and so we already wrote the story of creation. Hmm? Do you know who this figure is? I mean, the name is right there. We can figure it out. That's Asar. Asar, the great god Asar, also known as Osiris. And he had a wife as well, you know.
The wife's name is Aset, aka Isis by the Greeks.
Right. So his wife's name is Aset, and she was a very good asset to him, eh? Osset, I believe is the right pronunciation. Also known as
Isis.
Isis. Not the people that they call terrorists, but Isis is the name of the Egyptian mother goddess. At least one of them. Listen, these are referred to as the Neteru. What do we call them? Neteru. We don't use the word gods. Gods, again, is a European word. And listen, hey, we're not fighting the European words. We are bigging up our words, because when we were speaking these words, the Europeans, the Chinese, there were no words. We have the original names for the Neteru. So that is why those of us who think that is important to revisit our Afrocentricity. Eh? What did I say? To revisit. Revisit who? Our Afrocentricity. Centricity. Center. So our life should be centered around Africa. So we return to our African so-called gods, but we refer to them as Neteru. So Asar is a Neter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the name for the goddesses are called the Neteret.
The Neteret. You hear that? The Neteret. So Aset or Isis would be a Neteret. Okay. Well, tell you what. Let me show you another Neteret here. Oh, this is the terrible. Terrible is a good word, eh? Don't get frightened. Terrible is a very good word. Even in the Bible, it says the Lord is dreadful and terrible. So it's a good stuff, terrible. Don't worry. It doesn't mean, oh, that tastes terrible. No. Terrible means you're mighty. Yeah, that's what you said?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Mighty, you know. Sekhmet, you see. No, I mean, she looks like any superhero she has a lioness head and the sun on her head. This is symbolic. Say that with me. Symbolic. That means it's not literal. Literal means it's not exactly how it looks. So there's not really a woman with the head of a lion carrying the sun on her head with a snake around the sun. No. It's all science. But this is what you're supposed to learn in kindergarten. Today we have this like it's, wow, this is great knowledge for big people. This is baby stuff. This is baby stuff. This is kindergarten stuff. The woman with the head of the lion, that's kindergarten. And the sun on her head, that sounds like a nursery rhyme. That's kindergarten stuff, you know. So what we're seeing here is the goddess Sekhmet. Tell me something about Sekhmet.
Sekhmet is basically someone that has to get revenge for Ra.
Who's Ra? Ra or father? Ra is the sun. I think this represents Ra too.
Yes. Her name Sekhmet literally means the powerful one.
Okay.
So Sekhmet came from Ra's taken out eye. You see, Ra, the people were not respecting Ra. So he went to his father Nun and asked him what he should do.
So Ra has a father too? Ra's father is Nun.
Yes. And Nun advised him to take his eye out on his throne. And he did that, and the eye turned into a terrible lion-headed goddess named Sekhmet.
No, you're kidding me. I don't believe that yet. So you mean to tell me now, hold on, we're getting that. So the son went to the water, Nun is water, right? And tell the waters, what you say to him? Yeah.
What should I do?
What should I do? Right.
These people are not respecting him.
Right. And the waters is his father, the son, okay. And his father told him to take out his eye.
On his throne.
On his throne, and his eye turned into her.
Yes.
What were you saying now?
Some of the verses say that Ra sent his daughter Hathor, or Hathor, Ra's wife, to slay those who rebel against him. Hathor went into a bloodlust and transformed into Sekhmet and killed anyone that is not respectful to Ra. But however, Ra wasn't a cruel king, and seeing this caused him to repent. So he ordered her to ease off the murder, but she was too enraged to listen. And so he put 7,000 jugs of beer and dyed them with pomegranate juice to make it look like blood. When Sekhmet saw this, she thought it was blood and drank all of them.
Okay,
and
so now that's a lot of stuff there coming here. I hope the young ones can manifest all of that, but just keep in mind, this is a story. This is a story. I don't think anybody really took out their eye and it turned to a woman with a lion head. No. But what that is showing you, there's nothing wrong. That's how we told stories in Africa. That's our African tradition. I read a story about a man who was put to sleep and God took his rib out of his chest and made his wife. That's how we tell stories. It's something known as allegory. Now allegory, it means symbolism. Don't run from no big words. Don't let nobody fool you and tell you, oh, that word is too big. Allegory. All right. So Sekhmet, thanks for all that you did. And I hope you get revenge on all the enemies of Ra. You know something? Before we go too far, I want us to we working on the time here. You're saying something there?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So, we want to take a quick move to Ethiopia there itself before we move on. I hope everyone is all right there. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Can she die though? Somebody's asking if she can die. How to roll your tongue? Okay, I mean, that's the next class. But I think they want to know if Sekhmet can die. I didn't think it was a true story. Well, it's not that it's not a true story. It's true, but it's just not as literal as it sounds, you know?
Well, sort of. You see, the Egyptian gods were gods, but they could age and theoretically die.
Oh, very perfect. Oh, that's perfect. I wouldn't say anything else, King. Yeah, I got 100% for that one here. Now, Honorable Princess, take us into Ethiopia. What we're going to do before we go into astronomy. We have some astronomy to do, eh? I hope you're seeing this well. We are, wow, you serious here? All right, we're floating into Ethiopia, and we are going to be checking out some churches. Yes, we are going to church today. We're going to the Lalibela churches the princess is navigating us through.